Hello, my name is Terrence and I am the facilitator for the Project Timothy Christian Male Mentoring Program that your son is a part of. And first, let me thank you for allowing me to be a part of your son's life. I truly count it an opportunity and a blessing to impact their lives in such an awesome manner. What I want to talk to you about today is a project that they should be working on. It's an exercise that has been given to them. It's called a vision exercise, and they are to create a vision poster. And what I've done is I've created a vision poster as an example of what a vision poster is, and I just want to take you through it so as your son is putting this together, they will be able to understand the different components. I have gone over it with them. I want to go over it with you as well so that you can also help them as they are going through and creating their vision poster. I have given them a sheet, and it explains what a vision poster is, and I'm going to put this in an email to you guys so that you guys have this sheet as well. And so it explains what it is, it explains what you should be doing, but also you'll have a video as well as this particular poster as an example for you to go back and take a look at as many times as you like so that you can understand what you need to do and how you need to put this vision poster together. So again, the purpose of this exercise is to create a visual of one's goals in life. This poster should be placed on a wall in their room so that they will see it every day. Now, the reason why that is important is because the more a person sees something, the more they will begin to believe that they can achieve it. For example, children who see drug dealers on a daily basis, then they have aspirations to become drug dealers because that's what they see. Children who see doctors, or children who see engineers, or children who see lawyers or accountants or people in other professions, the more your child sees someone in that particular profession, the more they will be able to begin to see themselves in that particular profession, because they will have someone who they will begin to look up to. And so it's very important that even after they create this vision poster, that once you understand what it is that your child wants to do, that you find someone in that field who can talk to your child from time to time, and who they can look up to and begin to say, hey, you know what, I can be like so-and-so one day. That is very important for children to be able to have someone who they can look up to. So again, the purpose of this exercise is to create a visual of one's goals in life. And some of the materials that they will need, of course, they will need a poster. Now, this particular poster is a trifold poster. You don't need a trifold poster, but I got one just for this as an example. You can use a regular poster if that is preferred by you. Other things that you will need pictures, and the different pictures, I'll talk about the different pictures that I have on here, but those pictures are basically, they are pictures that relate to what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. They relate to my goals, and I'll explain what the pictures are as we go through this particular presentation. And of course, you're going to need paper and glue. For this particular exercise, what I did was I printed these out. You don't have to print these out. You can write it down on paper and glue it to this particular poster. If you do print it out, then that would be preferred, but it's not mandatory. You don't have to do that. As long as it's legible, then that's okay. Any way that you do that. So there are 3 different sections to this particular poster, and in doing this poster, again, you do it how you want to do it. It's up to you. It shows who you are. It shows your taste, your style. And so the only thing I'm really saying is, these are the components that we want to see on there. The first component that we want to see on there is we want to see exactly what your vision is. The Bible says that where there is no vision, the people perish. Well, that's true not only in a corporate sense, but that's also true in an individual sense. If we don't have a vision for our lives, then as individuals we will perish. So in this example that I'm showing, in the middle at the very top, I put the life's vision for Terrence Wilson. And I go on to say, my vision for my life is to become an automotive engineer. And really, I wanted to work in the automotive sector, so that was something that was very important to me. I wanted to become an automotive engineer. Now, additional information on this page is, why do you want to be this type of professional? And the reason why I wanted to be this type of professional is because I have always loved cars, especially fast cars. And so some of the pictures that I put on here, I've put on here a picture of a Mustang Cobra, Camaro, Chevrolet Camaro, and a Dodge Challenger. Now all of these are muscle cars, and I really love muscle cars. So, you know, again, that's something that really helped me to decide that, hey, I want to work on cars one day. And since I want to work on cars one day, then I want to become an automotive engineer. And so again, all that fed into me wanting to become an engineer. In addition to that, you know, who do you know in this profession that may have inspired you? So they may have an uncle that works as a lawyer, or they may have a cousin that is going to law school, or that is a doctor, or they may have somebody in their church or something like that. Someone who they look up to and says, hey, you know what, they're doing that, and that's something that I want to do as well. So those are things that they can put on here for their vision poster. What is their vision, and what inspired them to want to be that type of professional? And again, the reason why I wanted to be an engineer was because I love cars, and these are just some of the cars that I chose to put on the poster. In addition to that, we want them to understand and to list some objectives. Now, some of the important objectives that they need to list is, the first one that we're asking is, what college do you want to go to? In my particular case, I'm from the South, so I wanted to go to the University of South Carolina. And that was a college that I wanted to go to. And because I wanted to go to that college, or that university, then I had to understand the criteria for that particular university. What people will find is that each university has different acceptance criteria for admission. And so once you understand what university your child wants to go to, one of the things that you want to do is you want to call that university or look on the internet, and you want to find out their standards for admission. What is their minimum criteria? And so for the University of South Carolina, at the particular time that I was attending there or wanting to go there, the minimum GPA needed was a 2.7 in order to get accepted. In addition to that, the minimum SAT score I needed was a 960. And so those are things that you will need to understand for the particular university that you go to. In addition to understanding the minimum for the university, you also want to understand what is the minimum for the department or for the major that is needed. Some majors require a higher GPA and require a higher SAT or ACT score than the general admission criteria. So again, you don't want to wait until you are a senior in high school to find out this information, because if you wait till you're a senior in high school to find out this information, then that's going to be too late. And if it's too late, then you may not be able to get into the university that you want to get into. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to fulfill your vision. It just means that you won't be able to get into that particular university. In addition to understanding the minimum GPA that you need and the ACT or SAT score that you'll need, you'll also need to understand the major that you want to have. For example, in order to work in the automotive engineering, I had to become a mechanical engineer. At the University of South Carolina, they did not have automotive engineering as a specific major, so I had to choose something that was similar. There's several different types of engineering, and the one I chose, mechanical engineering, definitely helped me out to become an engineer in the automotive industry. You can also become a computer engineer. You can be an electrical engineer or a computer programmer. And so you need to understand that. In addition to understanding the university that you want to go to, you should also find out what type of scholarships are available. And you're saying, well, you know, why do I need to find out the scholarship criteria now? We need to find out the scholarship criteria because once you understand the criteria, then you will also understand, you will be able to set goals for what you need to do in order to get a scholarship. As many of us know, it takes a lot of money to go to college. And student loans are fine, but if you can get a scholarship, that is much better. But many people, again, they wait till the last minute in order to find out, well, what do I need to do in order to get a scholarship? And they don't have the minimum criteria, or they don't understand what the criteria is, and so they're not able to apply for it and get a scholarship. So I encourage you to seek out scholarships now so that you will be able to meet that minimum criteria when it comes time for you to apply for those particular scholarships. And so those are the objectives that I would like for you to have on this particular vision poster. The last thing that I want you to put on here are the different tactics. So these are things that you need to be doing now. What are 5 things you need to do in order to achieve your vision now? And so down here I put, 5 things I need to do in order to achieve my vision, and I listed out 5 things. The first one that I put down there was put God first, and I put some other things down there as well. And so my list may be different from your list. My list may be the same as your list. But again, go through it and understand exactly what it is that you need to do now in order to achieve your vision for your life. In addition to the 5 things that you need to do now, also list 5 things that you need to stay away from because they will hinder you from achieving your vision. And I have that listed over here in this particular corner of the poster board that I have created. And so those are the things that that need to be on this vision board. Again, the use of pictures. I put Motown on here because at that particular time when I was growing up, in order to work in the automotive industry, you needed to be in Detroit. And so, my motto was Detroit, here I come. I put this picture up here because that's a particular vehicle that I actually worked on. And of course, these are vehicles that I love. So all of these play into the vision for my life. And your son is going to have a vision of their own. And they should also put pictures on there so that they can see it on a daily basis, that this is what I am aspiring to be. If they can see it, then they can achieve it. And so again, thank you for the opportunity to mentor your sons. I count it a pleasure and a blessing to be a part of their lives as well as a part of your lives through your sons. And if you have any questions, you can email me via the email that I've sent to you with this link. And also, again, I'm going to send you this particular page so that you can read through it and you can understand again exactly what is needed in order to put on this vision page for your son. Thank you very much, and God bless.